Now, this is probably the biggest key point of them all, okay? Because this is where the trajectory of your life can begin to change. Most people believe the solution to feeling stuck is external. They think the answer is a new job, a new opportunity, a new environment. But the real transformation begins somewhere else. It begins within. Because the patterns shaping your life are not just external systems. They are internal patterns, beliefs, emotional wounds, ways of thinking that were formed long before you were even aware of them. And without realizing it, those patterns often get passed from one generation to the next. Fear of standing out, fear of making mistakes, dependence on external approval, aversion to risk, difficulty thinking independently, competition over cooperation, fear of criticism, over-identifying with productivity, learned passivity, and a very narrow definition of success. Success becomes reduced to a single path. Go to school, get a job, work 40 or 50 hours a week, pay your bills if you can, and repeat that cycle for the rest of your life. But that definition of success was never designed to help you become who you truly are. It was designed to keep the system functioning. And once you begin to see that, everything starts to shift. Because the answer does not begin outside of you. The answer begins inside of you. So what does this actually look like in real life? Think about the environment many people grow up in. Their parents love them very much. But those parents are also living inside the system. So they end up making choices that keep them constantly working. Sometimes the job pays very little. Sometimes it pays a lot. But either way, it still takes up most of their time. Your dad is always working. You come home from school to an empty house because your mom has to work too. And slowly, without anyone intending it, those circumstances begin to shape how you see yourself. You begin to internalize certain beliefs. Beliefs like, maybe I'm not that important. Maybe attention has to be earned. Maybe love is something you have to work for. You can develop a deep sensitivity to rejection or emotional distance. Now, key point, that pattern doesn't disappear when you grow up. It follows you into adulthood. So what once looked like a child trying to earn attention often becomes an adult who people pleases. Someone who constantly tries to earn approval. Someone who struggles to know what they actually want because their focus has always been on meeting the expectation of others. Now, key point. When you lose touch with what you actually want, you can end up chasing careers, relationships, and lifestyles that don't truly align with who you are. And that misalignment creates enormous pressure inside the body and mind. Chronic stress, emotional numbness, frustration, irritability, burnout, and tension in relationships. And when you start making career choices, relationships, and lifestyle decisions that don't truly align with who you are, the pressure begins to build. Tension in relationships. And when that pressure builds long enough, people naturally look for ways to escape it. So they turn to things that help them take the edge off, even if only temporarily. Social media, video games, gambling, shopping, overworking, drugs, alcohol, anything that numbs the feeling for a moment. But the body still carries the stress. You begin to feel it physically. A tight chest, shallow breathing, tension in the neck, shoulders, or jaw, trouble falling asleep, restless sleep, digestive issues, fatigue even after resting. And when those internal pressures go unaddressed long enough, they begin to shape your external life as well. Financial instability, career stagnation, relationship breakdown, addictive coping patterns, social isolation, declining physical health, loss of direction or purpose. And eventually, those same patterns can begin affecting the next generation. I just want to say this. Each one of those is so impactful in and of itself. I'm trying to get you to understand just how important and high scale this really is when we do not look at what is on the inside and what we have to heal. And now, key point, okay? Key point. Eventually, those same patterns can begin affecting the next generation. Because make no mistake, all of this doesn't just affect you. It affects the people around you, especially your family. Your emotional patterns ripple outward into every relationship you're in your life. Your children feel it, your parents feel it, your spouse feels it. For your children, it may look like this: less attention, less engagement. They begin to feel overlooked. They may become self-conscious, anxious, uncertain about their own worth, and eventually unequipped to build a fulfilled life of their own. For your parents, it may look different. Fewer visits, fewer phone calls, shorter conversations, avoiding deeper topics, feeling disconnected during family time, unresolved tension, sometimes even a kind of role reversal where the relationship becomes strained or distant. And for your spouse, the effects can be even more painful. Emotional disconnection, less affection, fewer meaningful conversations, feeling more like roommates than partners. In some cases, feeling more like a parent than a spouse. Small conflicts become frequent arguments. Defensiveness grows. Tension creeps into everyday interactions. And slowly, the relationship can start to feel like it's always on edge. This is why it's so critical that we understand something. Our emotional health does not exist in isolation. The way we live, the patterns we carry, the choices we make all affect the people closest to us. So I hope by now you're beginning to see the real cost of avoiding the inner work.